Registration to vote in next month's general election closes at the end of today. The vast majority of new enrolments this week have been people under the age of 35. But the British Youth Council says they want to get even more young people enrolling today. Rebecca Moore from the British Youth Council joins us now. Rebecca, you're said to be launching a massive mobilisation campaign. How are you getting young people to enrol to vote? So we're using all our networks across the country. We've got young people in every local authority, and we're using those young people to speak to young people in their schools, in their colleges, in their unis, anyone that they interact with in the youth groups, to try and encourage them to register to vote. We've launched a massive social media campaign, getting young people to click the link and get signed up as quickly as soon as possible. So yeah, we're just mobilising the young people that we have across all our networks across the country at the minute. Yeah, and this isn't party political, is it? You want people from all political persuasions to get on board? Yeah, as a charity, we really, really care about young people having their voices heard and young people being able to engage in the political process, regardless of what their political background or beliefs are. So we want all young people to get registered to vote, regardless of what political party they want to support. Are you concerned at all that when it comes to polling day, given the time of the year that this election is being held, young people might not turn out to vote? It is a bit grim outside, it's the winter. I think the main worry is, for us, is the fact that there's going to be students away from home, and that would be the concern with young people not necessarily voting. I think young people are becoming more and more politically active, not necessarily party political active, but to do with issue-based politics. And we think that young people are really passionate and engaged about issues that are affecting them. So we're hoping that there'll be a much bigger turnout this year based on recent events in politics and in the global communities. Yeah, you mentioned recent events there in politics. What type of issues matter to young people most? I mean, what are those 16 to 24-year-olds saying to you? Obviously, 16-year-olds can't vote, but I know that is one of your hopes in the future. What are young people saying to you? So we had the Make Your Mark ballot a few months ago, where we survey young people across the country on issues that are important to them. And the things that came out of that were protect the environment, young people's mental health, knife crime, issues like that, really current issues that have really come to the forefront of what's going on today. And young people really care about like issues like the environment, and you're seeing that with all the protests and things that have been going on. And that was nearly a million young people engaged in that ballot paper that we gave them. So we know that young people want to be politically engaged on issues that are important to them. And a big campaign at the universities, but what about those 18 to 24-year-olds who don't go to university? I mean, how are you hoping to reach them? So we've got young people in all sorts of different forums. We've got young people in young disability forums. We've got an NHS youth forum where that's reaching out to people across all different walks of life, all different backgrounds. And we're trying to tap into those networks of young people who aren't necessarily engaged in student-based politics. So that we're just utilising those networks to make sure that we can get as many young people registered to vote as possible. Yeah, not casting too many aspersions, but I'm guessing not that many young people may be watching this programme right now, given it's just approaching 7 o'clock in the morning. But for those young people who are watching, I mean, what would your message be to them today? I think my message would be just go online. It takes 5 minutes. Get registered to vote. If you're already registered to vote, share it on social media, speak to as many young people as you can and get them registered to vote, whether they know what they're voting for now or not. Just get registered, because then you've got the time to get sorted with what you're voting for. Yeah, and just very quickly, what's been the response that you've had so far? Really positive. We've had lots of young people signing up, lots of young people sharing on social media, speaking to their friends, speaking to their networks. But it's just this last push now. Voter registration closes today, so get registered as soon as possible. OK, Rebecca Moore from the British Youth Council. Really good to chat to you this morning. Thank you. Time now for the weather.